Easy now. Papa got things making him
come down. Ooh, you make my high come down. Always tripping when you come around. I'ma have to cut you off, like right now. You see, I don't want to drive me. You can say that for your mama. Maybe you should smoke some. Me try the marijuana. I was never you good. The vibe was straight. Showed you a couple of things and they ain't finna change. I treated you right. Everything was a gift from a time to your bag and the color on your lip.
Welcome to a special edition of Seahawks Man to Man, a YouTube exclusive. My name is Michael-Shawn Dugar. You can follow me whatever Elon Musk is calling that app. Just do it over there. My @ name has not changed on that app. At Mike Dugar, MikeDugar. You can see it on the screen right there. Special shout out to all you guys watching, because that means you probably subscribe to our YouTube channel. Seahawks Man to Man is the name of the channel. That's man, the number 2, man. We always appreciate the love and support. Thus, we are giving you the exclusive content each week on YouTube. So thank you. Chris, go ahead and talk to him.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Christopher Kidd. You can follow me on Twitter at CKIDD206. And that is Twitter CKid206.
All right. We appreciate you guys who tapped into last week's episode where we looked at plays from the Bengals game. That was really fun. Some good, some bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdowns there. Hopefully you learned something, because, you know, that's the whole goal. Football is complicated as hell, as I have learned from talking to coaches and players every week. I had my mind blown this week talking to some guys. So try to pass some of that on to you guys, on top of highlighting some of the good and some of the bad from the Seahawks games, and maybe some stuff that will apply to their matchup this Sunday against the Browns. So, Chris, go ahead and kick things off for us. What we got this week?
What we got here? Well, I don't think we can do any standout plays of the week, little film room, without talking Jake Bobo, right?
Oh, that's right. My boy.
Exactly. Your boy. Actually, I think he's becoming our boy because I'm a fan. All right. He is, I'm running out of words to describe how great, how good he is. But when you just turn on the film, he just pops out. He stands out immediately. And in this clip here, it's the first quarter. Seahawks' first possession. It's 3rd and 7 at their own 11-yard line, and the Seahawks are going to be in 11 personnel. I know you guys are probably getting used to us explaining what 11 personnel is, but for our new subscribers, new listeners, or new viewers, that is, it's 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, and a tight end. So I'll go through it with you guys, and we'll go step by step. Obviously, you have Jake Bobo at the bottom of your screen at the 10. Right next to him, that's JSN. Then on the opposite side, on the right side, basically at the top of your screen, you'll have Noah Fant. And right next to him, you'll have Ty Lockett. And then in the backfield, Mike's favorite running back, DJ Dallas. Mike did not crack a smile. He was not falling for that. Fair enough. All right. Joe,
I do rock with DJ. DJ is DJ, the Wolf. DJ is that's the homie.
So in this scenario, again, yes, this is going to be 11 personnel, okay? The Cardinals, they're going to be with nickel. So that's going to mean 5 defensive backs. In this, it looks like it's going to be a zone defense just based off of what I'm seeing right now. You see 1 safety high, and then everybody else is pretty much lined up across the board. And when you roll the play, when you just roll through it, maybe you see something in Jake getting busy at the bottom of your screen, but I thought the pass protection was really good. And overall, I just like this play and how it's drawn up. So we're just going to run through it. Geno with something Geno does quite often is great passes, great balls. That sounds weird. Those are great passes. So in this scenario, it is zone. It's cover 3. And I like just how Jake is able to just give a little wiggle at the top of the route. So I want to back it up a little bit. I'll start it here. So right now, the DB, he's in no man's land. He doesn't know what's coming. And I could tell just by the way he's backing up. Jake knows where he wants to go. The defense does not. And in this scenario, Jake does a really good job of getting inside leverage. And what I mean by that is he attacks the inside of that defensive back, making it seem as if he's going to come up the field. Maybe he's going to do a deep crosser, a post. All of that is probably going to that defender's mind. Oh, he's going to try to attack the middle of the field, which is fine because you have help there. You have a safety, and it looks like you can pass it off to another defensive back if need be. But in this scenario, Jake's just trying to get down the sideline, create separation. He does a really good job of that. So we're going to go ahead and run it through again. Bam. And the separation he creates is really, really good. Just off of this quick cut back to the outside, Jake has created, I would say, 3 yards of separation, and all Geno has to do is just throw it up there. And you know it's good separation when the DB is sitting in a chair and Jake is running straight ahead forward. That tells you who's in position and who's not. Feet are tangled up. If this is a speedster, this is a touchdown. If this is DK Metcalf, maybe even a Tyler Lockett, this is a touchdown. No diss to Jake Bobo, but I love this play design. Again, look at the protection. The pocket is clean. There's no pressure in Geno's face. He can see the field clearly, and he just lofts a great pass to Jake, who hauls it in for a first down. And mind you, this is 3rd and 7, and the Seahawks have had issues on 3rd down, and this is something drawn up that is beautifully ran. Perfect route, perfect play, perfect execution, and you get a first down, and Jake lets you know with a little hand signal indicating, yeah, man, first down. So that was the first play that stood out to me when I watched the film and was just really impressed by how precise and how confident Jake runs his routes. He knows where he has to get to, and he does it in a hurry, but he's also patient. He's not rushing through it. And it's just really cool to see his progression throughout the season. Right. And in this game, there was no DK Metcalf. So there was probably a little bit of pressure there in that scenario. But overall, I thought that he just stepped up when needed. And Mike, maybe you have something to add?
Yeah, I thought it was when you guesstimated the yards that Jake created of separation there.
Yep.
I realized that I have access to next gen stats to tell you exactly how much separation. So you said that you guessed that it was about 3 yards of separation.
Yeah.
It was, according to next gen stats, at the time the pass went forward, 2.9. Right on. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, that's right there. You know, give or take. But that's a lot of separation. But I was like, man, he's probably right. Let me go check. So there you go. That speaks to how open Jake got. According to next gen stats, he created 2.9 yards of separation at the time that Geno's pass started going forward. Very impressive. I love to throw a little number in there, help you out.
It's always good to get a little help there. Maybe I should pull up next gen. That way I can just be precise and not guess, even though
I like that you felt it out, though. That was good.
Yeah, I'm watching it. You know, we play football a lot. So for me, I'm watching it. I feel it. Sometimes I'm way off, which happens. But on that scenario, it just felt 3 yards. The pass was great and a great catch. So shout out to Jake Bobo. The next play I want to look at, it's not so good. Mike did some plays last week that were good, and then he shared some light on some plays that were not so good. And in this scenario, we are about 1 minute into the second quarter. The Seahawks are at the 48-yard line. It's 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, which is crazy to me is why they're not having Ken Walker in the backfield, maybe a potential play action, maybe a run. But Mike has told me on a numerous amount of occasions that Geno really loves being empty. He loves slinging the rock. He loves to throw. He believes in himself as much as the Seahawks believe in him, okay? And in this scenario, I know you're seeing 5 wide. You're thinking, well, what's going on here? It's 11 personnel again. You'll have 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, and a tight end. The only difference is everybody's at the line of scrimmage. That's what empty means. There's nobody in the backfield. Everyone else, receivers, tight ends, running backs, they're at the line of scrimmage, okay? Again, the Cardinals are in nickel. So I'll go ahead and give you some game on this. You have at the bottom of your screen, that is Ken Walker, your running back. Right next, well, sort of close to him would be JSN. Then you have tight end, which is Noah Fant at the hash mark there. Geno, the quarterback, obviously. Tyler Lockett is on the far side. And at the top of your screen, we have our boy, Jake Bobo. And what I'm really liking with the Seahawks offense is how much they are putting guys in motion. You're seeing a lot of Tyler Lockett in motion. You're seeing Jake Bobo move in motion for running plays. That's just, I don't want to say confusing the defense, but making it tough for the defense to read and react and know what exactly is going on. So we're just going to run through this play, and maybe you see immediately the error that takes place. Obviously, it could have been a pick six, but when I was watching it, there was one thing that stood out to me. It was how wide open Jake Bobo was. Now, again, Jake Bobo is at the top of your screen. He does a quick curl route, probably 7 yards, easy first down if Geno just hits him in the numbers. He's wide open. I honestly don't see why he didn't throw it. Again, I thought the protection was really solid here. No one was getting instant pressure on Geno. It's not as if this throw was rushed, but at the same time, he looks at Jake and decides, I want to go to JSN, which almost results in a pick six. So I'm going to pause it. The ball's in the air, about to be intercepted, and thank goodness it's dropped. But look where Jake is at. He is wide open still in this scenario. I know obviously when the ball's thrown, defenders react, so everything changes in that dynamic, but still, for whatever reason, Geno tries to force a throw, and that nearly gets picked off. So again, we'll watch Jake Bobo. He does a really good job of getting separation again, but it's really simple. Look how far the DB's playing off. The DB is what? Damn near, I would say 7-8 yards off of him already. So he's expecting something deep, but Jake breaks it off fairly quickly. He breaks it off at the what? 1.5, maybe 2 yards above the sticks. So Geno could have thrown it right here. Easy first down, maybe even more yardage just because Jake is a physical runner. He doesn't go down on first contact usually. So I'm not sure what Geno saw, or maybe he didn't even see the linebacker at all. That might have been the case, and he thought he could just rifle it in there. But it's just a poor decision made, and luckily it didn't end up in points for the Cardinals because that could have been disastrous. So that's just one of those plays that was not so good, Geno. I honestly didn't see what he thought was available, and that can be concerning. I know he talked about in his pressers that he always makes maybe that one mistake. How can he clean that up? That's a mistake that didn't result in a pick, but you have to clean that up. You got to be able to see everything, read and react, see the guy that's open, laser to him, move the sticks. Do you have anything to add, Mike, before I move on to my last play?
I have another number for you.
Oh, here we go.
You mentioned the cushion that you thought Jake was given.
Yeah.
On that play. It is, I forget what number you said, but
7.
7? 6.6 yards.
Okay. Well, at this point, I guess I got to be precise.
No, it's not Price is Right, but when you say the number, if it's a number I have access to, I would like, it piques my curiosity. So I'm like, oh,
no,
okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, so then he was 6.6 yards off. Not that it matters. You should have thrown it either way, but there you go. Quantify what you were saying. He's 6.6 yards of cushion, according to Next Gen Stats.
You know what? Beforehand, I'm going to get Next Gen Stats and just be like, you know what? This is how many yards of separation it is. And I'm like, I beat you to it, Mike.
You can. Yeah, I think it might be free. I think.
Well, either way, I'll bother you for the password and whatnot. So nonetheless, the last defensive play, you guys probably know who I'm going with. Some guy we've been riding with since he got to Seattle. That's Jamal Adams. All right. I was talking to a host over at KJR, and he was like, we were discussing. I posted a clip of Jamal on Twitter of him making, I think it was 2. Yeah, there were 2 linemen coming at him, and he just splices through the middle and makes a tackle. And that's not hard. I'm thinking, I don't know if you've ever had 2 linemen running at you, but that is not easy to do. Personal experience, I played 1 year of high school football. I'll never forget. They had a left guard pulling on a pitch play, and I just had fear in my heart because this dude was 6'3", all of 250 pounds with a neck roll. I don't know how or what I did, but I just remember just diving at his feet to try to just blow it up in the backfield. The play was made by somebody else, but that's scary. And for Jamal to have the cat quickness to move out the way and make a play, that is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would have an opportunity to be all pro, but that's just not how it works. Anywho, in this scenario, 90 seconds into the game, clock is rolling. It is 2nd and 10 on the 50. Cardinals are in 0-1 personnel. Oh, Chris, what is that? Real simple. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. The tricky thing is where the wide receivers are lined up. So you got Marquise Robinson at the bottom of your scheme at the 50 pretty much. In the backfield, though, you have Rondale Moore, which changes things. And me and Mike talked about it off wax because I was thinking, hey, in this scenario, if he lines up as a running back, although he's a wide receiver, does he classify as a running back? And in this situation, he does not. He is still a wide receiver. It doesn't matter. There are 4 wide receivers on the field, so I gave you Marquise. He's 1 at the bottom of your screen. Rondale Moore is in the backfield next to Dobbs, quarterback position next to him. Then you have Zach Ertz at the tight end next to your left tackle, followed by Dolch. Dolch, how do you say his last name, Mike?
I don't
You said
know.
it earlier.
Cardinals guy?
You said it earlier.
Dortch, maybe?
Okay,
Greg
I think it is Dortch. And then you have Homer from Stanford. Give me his name again, Mike.
Michael Wilson.
So 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. 0-1 personnel, okay? The Seahawks, they're in their standard nickel. You got Jamal Adams on the field, Julian Love, Jamal Adams, Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, Tariq, and our favorite guy, Spoon. So this play is pretty cool because you have a left guard and the center pulling. What that means is they're getting to the next level to destroy your safeties, linebackers, anybody in the way. So I'm going to just roll through it. I want you guys to watch Jamal Adams, who is number 33 here on the screen. Just watch him react and read this play. He's lined up over one of the wide receivers. Ball is snapped. Read and react. Now, to a lot of viewers, Chris, that looked very easy. Hey, man, I digress. You go out there and try to make a tackle on a play when you have the left guard and center who's in front of you pulling, and you're able to trip up Rondale Moore, which if he doesn't do that, this might go for an explosive, all right, if not a touchdown. Just watch the quickness. Got him. I thought Jamal read it perfectly. A lot of players probably would have taken on that block and hoped that someone else cleans it up. But if I pause it, let me back it up a little bit. Let's see. I'll back it up to about right here. So if Jamal decides to take on this blocker, it's probably a touchdown. I don't know if Bobby's going to be able to get there. I think Rondale just hits another gear. Maybe Julian Love gets him, who is at the hash. He's about to hit the hash. But for the most part, you're looking at probably a 6. So Jamal does the right thing. He makes a miss, goes low, and is able to wrap him up, and it's not a big gain. So Jamal, I know people are saying that's what he's supposed to do, and he makes it look easy, but it is not easy. And give credit to him for staying sound, getting down, getting low, and making the play. Because 72 is supposed to, make that block here because you have the guard and the center pulling. He gets out there. Jamal, got him. Leg whip. You're down. That was a spectacular play from Jamal. And there was a bunch of that from the game. Obviously, he missed one early in the game, which gave up a first down. But then the very next play, he is able to stop the run for no gain, or if not, a tackle for loss. So you can see the impact Jamal Adams has had in the run defense. And here's just another example that I have on display for you guys. So shout out to Jamal Adams, filling those voids and making plays when the Seahawks need them.
Yeah, I was tackling for no gain on the play prior to this.
Yep.
It was Jamal single-handedly got them into third and got to throw it on back-to-back snaps. Very good. I'm always riding for a good old Jamal play. I have a Jamal play too, actually. Should we just go straight to Jamal?
Why not?
Yeah, stay on defense. Yeah, we'll stay on defense.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, let's see. I don't have a number for you on that last Jamal play, by the way. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is I actually don't have a down distance on here. It doesn't really matter. I think this play got negated by a hold anyway. But what you will see here is the same personnel grouping that Chris was just talking about. It's nickel. I don't even really know what the Cardinals are in. Might be 11. Doesn't really matter. The reason why I like this play is not that it was anything clever or something, but it's an example of Jamal Adams being able to cover. And I selfishly love identifying those plays because I have stood on this. Chris has stood on this for quite some time. Jamal Adams can cover. There are lots of instances with him being able to cover. There's instances where he gets beat, but you literally cannot show me a player where that does not happen. I will pull up every all pro DB from last year. I will find you a clip of them getting beat. Like it's just literally impossible to play DB in the NFL where you have 0 plays where you get beat. This play I really liked because it is Jamal. It's a play where if you're the offense, you're like, we got this. And so the Cardinals are in empty, which puts Jamal right over the slot, which is Hollywood Brown, their best player. I guess I would say he's their best player. Yeah, Hollywood Brown probably their most dangerous player. I would definitely say that. He actually had a similar situation like this against the Bengals, where he was lined up against Jamar Chase in the slot, and they went at Jamal again, but they ran like a hitch, I think, and Joe Burrow missed a throw. In this case, you see Jamal pedal, undercut it, bang, knock it away. Now, I can't necessarily tell. I think Quandre is who got credit for this. But if you look at Rod Marr, the team photographer on Instagram, he posted like a really good close-up shot of this play, and you can see Quandre's hand get on the ball, but you also see Jamal's hand right behind it to indicate that if Quandre missed for whatever reason, the ball hits it high fives Jamal. Like this is in effect a Jamal PBU. When Clint Hurt, the DC, talked to us this week, he highlighted, somebody asked about how Jamal has played the last 2 games. It wasn't me, it was somebody else, but he brought up this play specifically. He's like, yeah, you got him one-on-one, which is what this basically is. And Jamal is able to cover their best receiver. What is this, 30 yards down the field, Chris? Wherever, I don't know the line of scrimmage is, about 20
We'll
something.
say, yeah, just about.
Yeah, 20 something yards. Yeah, you can see the flag come in late. I think Jay Reed gets held on this, so the play ends up not counting. But when you hear people say, oh, Jamal Adams can't cover, he's a liability in coverage, this is him essentially. This play goes the same if Quandre's not there. Like it's damn near a one-on-one. This is him to the far side of the field with all that green grass against their most dangerous player, and bang, he undercuts it. Now, it's not a great ball, but that doesn't matter. Most balls that get their hands hit by the DB are not good. That's why they get hit by the DB. But I do want this play to be spotlighted because it's an example of what people will tell you that he can't do. Like he's just blitzer. You got to put him at linebacker. Nah, man, this is the DB. This is him covering 30 yards away from the line, making a play that saves a touchdown, or that in effect saves a touchdown. I can't really tell. Like I said, I think they both might have hit it. But it doesn't really matter in the stats because the play got negated by a hold. But this is a really tough play, man. Because if he breaks the other way, runs a corner, that's a tough speed turn for Jamal. But I bet you he saw it on film that they would probably try to run it this way against him. And yeah, plays it great. Like I said, if Quandre's not there at all, the play is still it's an incompletion. So guys, keep that in mind. Even if you got to argue with your homie somewhere, it's like, Jamal can't cover. Tell him, no, man. The guys at Seahawks Man to Man have shown me that he can. Now, that's just one play. I mean, because we can't show you the whole game. The NFL will come hit us with a lawsuit if we just show you the whole all 22 on YouTube. But there are plays like this. Maybe not if they're not on the ball, but there are plays like this damn near every time Jamal plays where it's like, oh, he did the right thing in coverage, whether they went to him or didn't go to him. This time, Josh Dobbs was like, oh, I can try him. He's sweet. No, you can't. That's 2 high-paid safeties right there, making sure the team's quarterback can't get the ball to their best player. It's a good play. And, of course, Jamal lets him know about it right after, because he has to. He has to. That's Jamal making plays against the run, or was that a screen pass that you showed, or a run? I think it was a run.
That was a run.
It was a run, yeah. You got a run play, and you got a pass play. This guy can ball. 33 can ball. Healthy Jamal has literally never been bad at football. He could do stuff like this when he is healthy. It's a really good play by Quandre too, by the way. Shout out to Lil Man, Quandre Diggs making that play as well. He says he got the PBU for this, but I don't think anyone gets credit on the play that technically didn't count. But as you guys saw when you watched the game, there were a lot of good plays by the Seahawks that happened that didn't count. Spoon's sack, Spoon's interception, half a damn Spoon's plays on this game didn't count. They taken away his defensive player of the year getting these damn penalties on these guys. So yeah, I shout out to 33 on this play. This is a really good play because when you can do this, it gives you so much scheme versatility to say, all right, you got Jamal's over the number 2 and empty with basically not that much help to his outside. Can he hold his own? Yeah. You're going to see other teams try stuff like this, whether the Niners try with Debo or the Cowboys try with CD or whatever. Teams are going to try this. And as long as he and Quandre can play it like this, they're going to be fine. Like so far, the teams have tried this with Jamar Chase and with Hollywood Brown, and it ain't worked. So keep that in mind when somebody tells you that Jamal Adams of the Seahawks can't cover or is like a liability in coverage or whatever. All right, what else we got here? Oh, I love this play. I forgot about it when I watched film. This is what I get for watching film in the middle of the night or falling asleep watching film. I forget some plays that I liked. So Chris just run this play first. So this play, I do know the down and distance here. This is 3rd and 1,000,000. I forget what caused the 1,000,000, but this is a concept that in the past has kicked the Seahawks butt. It's got a dig coming late. And you guys the Rams killed the Seahawks with stuff like this a lot. It doesn't work here really because Hollywood is not running it as fast as some of the other guys that we've seen, but this is basically the same type of concept where the Robert Woods is wide open running this, Cooper Kupp, Puka, Tutu, Debo Samuel, Ayuk, like the division teams have gotten these guys with this, which is probably why the Cardinals read it. They were like, oh, these guys get beat. So what you'll see here, pause it right here. So, or like pause it, like, as Spoon, watch Spoon here. Spoon's right at the 25. So Spoon's watching the number 2 receiver. That's the slot receiver coming right at him. Number 2's coming vertical at him. Spoon is smart. As you guys can see at the top of the screen, you see where the sticks are. Like this is 3rd and 14. So Spoon's smart. He's like, all right, cool. I got to get to the sticks, right? With me and Chris have that awareness when we play flag all the time. It's 4th down or whatever. Where's the sticks? Everybody back up to the sticks, right? So Spoon sees that. Play it till he gets to the sticks. Chris, pause it. So look where Spoon's eyes are right now. He can see the vertical from that slot dude running at him. What does he also see? He also sees the number 1, which is Hollywood, matched up with Reek. He sees the number 1 about to cross him. He's like, oh, I know what this is. This is a dig coming right at me. Where's this dig being ran? Right at the sticks. Go ahead and play it through. And what does he do? Drop off of it to make a play on the ball. And he's mad at himself that he didn't intercept it. I love that about Spoon. Like, play it all the way through. You can look how mad Spoon gets. It's like, he jumps up, holding his helmet. He's like, oh, damn, man, I should have picked that. That would have been a really nasty pick if he'd have got it, but it got him off the field, so it's fine. But this type of route recognition is perfect. Like, this is how you take away some of that stuff, because there's no underneath, really. Like, you see they hold Bobby with the route underneath. So Spoon's not there. There is no one there to knock away this, I guess you call this dagger probably. Like, this is a really tough play to cover. But if you know what you're doing and you recognize the holes in your guys' coverage and how teams are going to try to attack you, it happens just like this. I loved this. When I saw it on film, I was like, there it is. That's how they're going to stop those in breakers. Get a top 5 pick and draft Devon Witherspoon. It's perfect. And I loved every part of this. Hollywood almost catches it, but the point is that he for sure catches it if Spoon doesn't drop off and recognize what's coming. So that was really good, man. Both of those defensive plays, like, their defense looks so good when it has Spoon and it has Jamal, man. Like, it's a totally different defense with those 2 playmakers, man. I feel like, Chris, those 2 are gonna, if we keep a chart, Spoon and Jamal are gonna like lead our standout plays and like how many times they've used. We're gonna use Spoon like 10 times. Like,
my goal is to not try to focus on Jamal as much and maybe because Jordan Brooks had a really good game. So
we easily could have used Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, you easily could. So my goal will be not to use Jamal as much, just to stick it to people, but at the same time, show love. If a defensive tackle does stuff great, or he has a really good game and there's thing that stands out, use it. So as much as I would love to use Jamal every week, I just know at some point I got to show love to someone else and be like, yo, peep this. This is what they're able to do in this coverage, and this is how it worked, etc.
Yeah, no, I'll try. Well, actually, you try, because if I like a Jamal play, I'm using that joint. It's because he's always around the ball. That's the benefit of the scheme, putting him around the ball. Let's flip the offense. I love this play. Go ahead and just run the all 22 version of this. This in real time. I love when in real time I love a play, and then I go back and I love it even more. Like, in the press box, I was like, he threw that ball where now? I was like, Noah caught that? Oh my God. Run the all 22 back of that play. Dog, this is a throw from Geno. When I got the all 22 after the game, this is the first thing I did. I was like, Control F, Fant. Let me, because it's the only time he caught a ball in this game, unfortunately. Like, Control F, Fant, let me find this play. This is a laser. So I tweeted this play the day after the game, and it quickly went from, at least the commentary on my mentions, it went from, wow, this is a great throw by Geno, to Geno hates Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like, it went there very fast. Because, Chris, pause it right after, right? So keep it going, actually, a little bit more, bang. Everyone sees that. Everyone sees Jackson Smith and Jigba wide open. The ball's already released here, so he's not, quote unquote, wide open. But you see, you know how it is on social media. You screen grab it, you know, you're not understanding the reads of the drops. You're like, oh yeah, somebody's wide open. Why didn't Geno throw it to Jackson Smith and Jigba? particularly after last week when he missed him against the Bengals. Guys, I have some insight to provide here. So go to the all 22 version of this, Chris. If you can spin it back for me. So this is one of those formations or personnel groupings where it shows how sick Shane Waldron is as a play caller and how sick Geno is as a quarterback, because they love throwing the ball out of 13 personnel, which is 3 tight ends. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, Noah, Will, and Colby are all in. And like this is a run formation. And yet the Seahawks are like, no. We're about to go big. We're not going to do no check down Charlie, nothing either. They're like, we're going to throw deep. So I want you, Chris, to rewind this and pause at the top of Geno's drop, if you can, like right when he hits his back foot. Bang. Add a little bit further. Bang. All right, cool. That's perfect. Thank you. This is how you should evaluate most quarterback plays. Stop it at their back leg, like when they hit the top of their drop, because then you see what they see. Geno has to make a decision now. And this is a really good picture because it's not really clear who is going to come out where. The first thing that I can confidently say to you guys, based on talking to some people, both in the Seahawks and out of the Seahawks about this play, Noah is the right read. Like he is the read based on this coverage, based on where the linebacker is and what position he's in and where Noah's going to go. This is the right read based on this coverage and what Geno is seeing at the top of his drop. Like, remember we paused it out earlier, Chris, when everyone sees JSN? Pausing it here makes more sense. Look, JSN is not wide open right here. He is not. He's not wide open right here. I want you, Chris, to then pause it like right where, pause it when he's about to release it. Let me see if we can get a good view there. Now, even here, the reason why JSN looks so open, because I saw some people like tweet me with it paused right here. The reason that he looks so open is look where Buddha's at. Buddha is reading. I'm pointing like people can see my finger. Buddha Baker is reading Geno's arm. Like his arm is going back. That's why JSN looks so open. He's reading the quarterback. The quarterback has already decided where the ball's going, so Buddha is breaking on it. Does not mean Jackson was open. Again, Noah's the right read here anyway, but that does not mean that Noah was open. Also, Chris. Jackson. No, sorry. Yeah, so it does not mean Jackson was open. Thank you. Chris, I also would like to tell the people a nugget that I uncovered by looking back at some. There was 2 ways I did this. Talking to people and one of the plays. They run this play, a version of this, pretty often, actually. They just don't always do it from this personnel grouping, but we've seen it where it's DK running from the outside where Jackson was, and then Tyler coming across the field. We see this actually a lot. The difference is, this is my theory here. This is another reason why I don't think Geno threw it to Jackson. I'm not actually sure that Jackson runs the right route here. The versions of this that I have seen are, instead of the receiver at the top of the screen coming across the field like that, he instead runs a corner route, which clears out that side of the field, because they're playing quarters to Jackson's side. Like, it clears it out. So if you imagine it that way, Chris, instead of this ball being in the quadruple coverage, instead it could be Noah hitting it in stride.
Touchdown.
Exactly. We could with the maybe not a touchdown, but like it down there to the red zone, or down to the goal line, because the corner follows Jackson. The deep safety follows Jackson, and all Geno has to do is get the ball by the linebacker, who we saw in our other screenshot is out of position, and Buddha's trailing it anyway. So yeah, now roll it, Chris. Like, I want you guys to imagine it as if Jackson had cleared out that side. Can you pause it at the top of his drop here too? This is baller right here. To throw this ball, Chris, this is a man's throw. This is I am like that throw. Go ahead and roll it. Yeah, this is money. So this is the right call by Geno. B, that's just an amazing throw. C, based on what I've seen them run versions of this, I'm pretty confident that that's not where I'll put it this way. I'm very confident that Geno did not think Jackson was going to be there. That's part of that. you guys can trust me on that. I ain't never lied to you guys on this podcast or anywhere, but I never lied to y'all. Trust me on that, and trust my insight. This is the right read, and I'm not really sure even that Geno knew that Jackson was going to be there. I don't think that's where he's supposed to be, which is another reason why it goes to Noah. So shout out to King Gene, man. This is one of them throws. It's one of them special throws. Specials. Look at that, dog. There's 5 Cardinals over there. That is a special throw. All right. Chris and I have a continuing theme here to close you guys out. Throws that Geno can't make. This is not good. This is the interception. Go ahead and roll the interception. You guys have probably seen this. I tweeted it. You guys remember the play. I think the broadcast did a good job showing the all 22 of this when it happened. So you guys can see how big of a mistake that is. As we talked about after the Bengals game, these sprint outs are bad. Let's just stop doing them. But if you guys noticed, Pete Carroll on his radio show, and I tweeted out exactly what he said. He kind of put he put the blame on Geno and Jake. He was like, Geno can't throw that, but also Jake should have helped him out by getting open. And when you watch this, you're like, whoa, coach, are you sure? We talking about the same Bobo? What do you mean? So I found out what they meant by that. I was talking to some coaches about this. What Jake can do to help, and I'm not sure how much I agree with this, but I'm just letting you guys know because a lot of people wanted to know when I tweeted that, like, Mike, what should he do? The simple thing is come back towards Geno. That's like how they kind of coach that up. Instead of fading away from him, they wanted him to work back. That's it. It's not like some special revelation, but I guess that's how they would coach that up. I still don't think he should throw that anyway, to be clear. But one of the goals I try to have every week for you guys is to provide some insights and some on the ground, and people will pick up the phone from me. So, and again, you guys can trust me. I don't need to reveal who said what, but I wish I got a chance to ask Jake about it. But yeah, that's what they want him to do. Work back to Geno, who, to be clear, Chris, I think we can agree, should still not have thrown it. Like it's just not a good. You got to eat that and just take the field goal because this was 3rd and 4 at the 16-yard line. You take a sack at what, the 22? It's a 40-yard field goal. Jason Myers hits that, and you guys, you're good. You're good money. 3 is better than an interception. But yeah, that is the kind of critique that they have for the receivers in that situation. Again, I don't think it would have mattered because Geno's arm got hit. But for those who maybe saw Pete's comments and thought he was maybe covering for Geno or just trying to throw blame on the rookie, no, that's not it. That's legitimately a coaching point that they have in this situation, is to go about this differently, come back towards your guy. Again, I don't think Geno should have thrown that. But hopefully you guys enjoy some insight there. I worked very hard this week to figure that out. People don't always want to talk about the negative plays after they won the game. Like after the Bengals game, everybody's like, yeah, we did this wrong, we did that wrong. You come up to guys after a win and be like, yeah, so about the interception Geno threw. Like, hey, man, why you want to bring up the negative, Mike? Why are you so negative? So here's a secret. What I do is I talk about something positive first and sneak that in there later. It's kind of, a little finesse game there. But yeah, all those plays stood out for varying reasons. Jamal being able to cover, Spoon finding a way to stop the concept that's been whipping their butt for years. And then Geno making a great throw to Noah because he's a sicko, and what Jake could have done differently on that play to maybe prevent an interception. So I think we had a good haul today, Chris. That was good. It's not a good play.
It was, man. And we want to thank you guys. You guys have been asking for, hey, where's the when you guys last year did the interviews previewing the game beforehand? We didn't bring that back, but you know what? We said we can definitely bring back the film breakdown because we learned stuff, and we know a lot of you guys out there might be new to watching it at this aspect of it, and we are able to give you a little more details on to what's going into that play, personnel groupings, left guards pulling, defensive ends doing this and that, all of it. So thank you guys for taking some time out of your busy weekends to just plop down and watch some football. And as Mike likes to say, nerd out. And we will catch you guys after the game on Sunday as the Seahawks look to beat up on the Browns. And Mike, is there anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, just appreciate the love on the first on the Pete story that we had dropped, me and my homie Jason Jenks today. A lot of love on that. A lot of people saying that's why they subscribe to The Athletic, for stories like that. And, we love to take the time to do those. They take a long time, but you see how many people we talked to. That took a while. But thank you for all the kind words on that. Thank you guys for tuning in on our YouTube channel, Seahawks Man to Man on YouTube. We appreciate it. Appreciate the love and support. Always going to try to give you something exclusive at least once a week. So thank you so much. As Chris said, we will catch you guys on Monday.